This film showcases the involvement of young African research assistants in a broader project entitled Sustainable Development in African Sport. This research was initiated to examine issues related to sustainability in the growing use of sport to contribute to various development outcomes in Ghana, Tanzania and other countries in Africa and the Global South. The research project was undertaken by an international network of 5 partner universities from the UK, Ghana, Tanzania and Australia that were funded by the Leverhulme Trust and received further support from UK Sport, the Youth Sport Trust International and International Inspiration. Plans to involve and engage young Ghanaians and Tanzanians in undertaking the research emerged from the first meeting of the 5 research partners. The 16 research assistants recruited by the University of Ghana, the University for Development Studies and the University of Dar es Salaam came from a variety of backgrounds. Some were still involved in education, while others had been educated to degree level. Many had previous experience in managing or delivering sport for development projects and activities, although for some this was an entirely new field of interest. The purpose of this film is to showcase and learn from the experience of the research assistants within this project. They themselves are best placed to give their own accounts of this involvement, and 6 of the research assistants, Derek, Eric and Alfred from Ghana, and Mohammed, Charles and Yunus from Tanzania, volunteered to record, either by video or orally, their experiences of their involvement in the project. In this collated film, they speak of their initial expectations of the research skills they gained from their involvement, their increasingly critical appraisal that they developed of the impact and sustainability of sport for development activities, as well as their ideas and thoughts about their own future involvement in sport for development.
At first, when I heard about the research project, what comes direct in my mind was a kind of monitoring and evaluation for building project. So I was excited to be one of the researchers' assistants because I wanted to go out there and witness by myself the impact of what we did for our community.
Well, my initial expectation of the research, as the name connotes, it's sustainable development in African sports. So I'm looking at how the word sustainability can be very, very essential with regards to sport for development organizations and sport organizations as well, how it can be sustained beyond the funding period, and how the values of such projects or sports for development organizations can also be sustained right from the word go.
When we started, I was like, I didn't really know how it would turn out, because that was my first research I was going into. But we took it up and we did a couple of training on how we go about the research, and I really wanted to know more on how these activities we are partaking in would be sustained one way or the other, because I've also gone through some part of the activity, so I was very excited to be part and mostly to know how far we can sustain this program.
To me, undertaking the research was another great opportunity and experience because we had a chance to get into the other project, observe, and had a chance to talk with those ones who are involved directly in those projects. So I had a chance to compare, to learn from what we have been doing with what they are doing, how they utilize the available resources, how they organize their activities, how they meet their target, what impact they get out of it, and so many.
I learned various research methods of collecting data, and the techniques also involving entering the communities I think was also very, very important. I had the chance to interview teachers as well as school children and it's something I've not done before. So it went a long way to, you know, increase my confidence and ability to undertake such projects.
In case of research, I have learned a lot of things, like how to conduct the research, how to write the report, how to use the computer in writing and sending the research, how to communicate with different people, how to interview, how to face the school manager or head teacher when you like to go to conduct the research, and how to express myself in front of people.
With me, when I started the research with the students involved, the teachers, I got to know more on not just about the research, but more on their personality, and know how far these projects have had on their personalities. Not just, it wasn't just part of let's say a curriculum or part of the activities that they just partook of, but it really had something on them. It really transformed them both academic wise and also social wise in what they do and what and how they even interact with their friends and family.
When we started, I was afraid to hear fake stories and lots of requests, because that is what we have been facing from big project. So, but I understand, as human being, we love to tell people what we feel like they want to hear from us. But we forget that we are supposed to tell them what we want them to get from us. But at the end, I came to realize that people, especially youth, are more honest and they love to be involved, talking about their challenges and what they feel like could be done to solve those challenges.
Things were just quite different, because some of them didn't go on again because of the monetary issue. Maybe they didn't have enough fund to support themselves. They didn't have very good committed people to go on, and that was just made people to be like really disappointed, some of them, and they just decided not to go on again because they didn't have enough support, maybe from their foundation, maybe from their institution, maybe, or from their organization, from their schools. It just really made me happy, because I found out how we're gonna make it next time, and if I would take part in any other project, I can know do's and don'ts, because I've already learned a lot from the past experience.
I'm so thankful for the opportunity, because as a leader, throughout my involvement in the research project, I learned, as we work for community and as we work for people, most of the time it is good and very important to talk with them and not to talk to them. Talk with people, don't talk to people.
In general, looking at the community, looking at the individual, looking at the schools and the people involved, we saw that there's more to just rolling out the program. It wasn't just about we having the programs or just rolling out the programs for them, but there was more to be done in terms of facility-wise, in terms of personnel-wise, in terms of what we need to do to sustain them. With the individuals, they wanted to be sustained, and they also brought up things that they also wanted to be done so that these programs will be sustained, because they know the benefits it has had on them.
What I got from students and teachers made me see that there is a need for effective follow-up from time to time. There is a need for effective training from time to time, and when we go in and train the teachers or the students, we just don't need to stop there. There needs to be some continuous assessment, follow-up training, so that the momentum can be maintained, and then we'll be able to achieve sustainability in Africa.
We hope that you have found this short film interesting and engaging. As the research assistants themselves have explained, Their involvement has been a learning experience from the outset, not only for themselves, but also for the academic partners in the project. It has nonetheless been a very valuable experience for all concerned, and one which we hope to continue and further develop. Hopefully, the video may also prompt some viewers to consider undertaking similar research involving young African researchers in the future. Thank you for watching.